Hi, my name is Connor Martin and this is Loveland Lifestyle. This is episode 1 of 1, and in this channel I'm going to hopefully be able to give you guys all the information you guys need about Loveland, Colorado if you're ever thinking about moving or relocating here. So this episode is just going to be the basics. It's not going to be anything special, but it's a good start to, give the intro to what Loveland's kind of like. So a little background on Loveland. Loveland was founded in 1877. It was originally kind of a trapper and fur area where they used to come and be able to sell their products. And then as time went on, it eventually turned into a cherry orchard production area. And that was a big source of money for Loveland back in the day. It used to produce about $1 million worth of sales each year, selling cherries to places around the United States. And it was a big deal for quite some time until we got outcompeted and we found out, hey, Loveland isn't the best place to grow fruit trees. With early frosts and late frosts, with having drought here, cherry trees just didn't seem to work here, and that's kind of where we've progressed from there. And now we have become something completely different. And so one of the big things that I like to tell people about Loveland, Colorado is the population growth. Population growth here has been significant over the last 10 years. In 2010, it was around 66,000 people living here. In 2020, with the new census, we have 81,000 people living here, with a projection of having 87,000 people here plus in 2023. And so there's a reason why this city is growing so well, and I definitely can't wait to be able to share those ideas with you, and hopefully you guys will find yourselves coming here also. So another big reason why I think people are moving here from Loveland, Colorado is because of the location. We are very centralized in the northern Colorado area. We are in between Denver and Fort Collins, and our commute times are on average about 23 minutes or so. And so for me, being a realtor, that's been a huge benefit for me, being able to be somewhere within 20 to 40 minutes. DIA and Denver are probably 50 to 60 minutes away, which isn't that bad, in the long run. Being on the Parker side where I used to live, you could be looking at a lot longer drive down to Denver. You could be looking at like an hour and a half or 2 hours if traffic is, that way. So for me, location-wise, Loveland is the best. We are kind of centralized in Larimer County, which I will explain more why I think Larimer County is such a great place to live. But we're, 20 minutes from Fort Collins. We're about 30 minutes to Greeley. We're about 10 minutes to Berthoud. And so we're just so easily accessible. That's why I kind of consider this area the big commuting area compared to like Fort Collins. I know there's a lot of people that do commute from Fort Collins, but I can definitely tell you, Loveland is the area for it. So a little bit more about Larimer County. So Larimer County is a great place to live in, better than Weld County, I would say better than Boulder County, and this is kind of the reason. They do a great job with recreational activities around here. They go out and they have built a lot of trails for mountain biking and hiking. They've gone out and done a lot of parks. They go through and they maintain the areas very well to where it makes this just a very nice community to live in. They have about 2,640 square miles that they have to maintain, and so it's a big area. But the nice part again is we are central to that kind of Larimer County, what I would call a tri-city area. So another thing that I think is really cool about Loveland is we are the 14th biggest city in Colorado, and Larimer County is the 6th biggest county in Colorado. And so a lot of people, when I talk to them that live over in Parker, they kind of sit there and say, wow, you guys are over in Wyoming, living up in Loveland. But really we're very we're very close to everything. And we're very, modernized. We're not as big as Parker in that area, but we're catching them. We're very close to, what I would consider, a suburb of Denver, and we're getting closer and closer every day. So another big thing that, is a good thing about Loveland is the weather. So the weather is a huge thing here. We get 233 days of sun on average, and we get very little rainfall and very little snow. So if you're a snow fanatic, like I used to be back in my day, it's a little hard getting acclimated to it. You know, there's nowhere to go cross-country skiing. There's not any really close ski hills. We have 2 that are within maybe an hour of us if you're lucky. And you know, that's one thing you have to get used to. And then rainfall, you're typically going to have a lot of afternoon thunderstorms here. And so I know for rain, we get around 16 inches of rain each year. And then snow-wise, we get about 46 inches a year. And so that's not that much water, and that's not much, you know, moisture. And so when you come out here, you'll be able to tell that we are a very arid climate. Our foothills look like they're arid. We look like we're kind of in the Wyoming area. But, you know, if you come out here in the springtime, I'll definitely let you know that it is a very green until about, you know, midsummer. So a little bit more that I want to tell you guys before we get off is going to be about the population. So the population here is, you know, not very diverse. One, we are 83% white here, so very whitewashed, but you know, I know it's definitely getting more diversified as time has gone on, so I'm just hoping we at some point see more of that. But right now we're looking at population-wise is males and females, and females dominate for sure. There is 39,000 females here that live here, and there's only about 37,000 males that live here. So for, you know, males, that's pretty good. You know, that wouldn't be too bad. That gives pretty good chances, at least, you know, to hopefully find some love here. So, and that's why it's called the Loveland, you know, wink wink. So anyways, you know, that's kind of a big, you know, deal for most people, is knowing that, you know, our marriage rate is around 55%. This is a very family oriented area. It also has a very high population of retired people. And, you know, with that, it comes with really great healthcare systems, like UC Health is here, and a couple other like Banner Health and Kaiser Permanente. We're very surrounded by that, so if you have kids that, you know, need to go over to a hospital or anything like that, we have the resources, which some places don't have as much. So in terms of jobs is something that's a little harder, and that's why I kind of consider this place a commuting town, is that the 2 biggest groups of jobs here are going to be in the medical field and in the industrial field. And so that encompasses around 30% of the market. And so, you know, it's perfect for those types of jobs. If you want to become a doctor and you want to move here, this is the best place to be. Or if you're going to be a nurse, another great place to be. For industrial, it's also really good, you know. For, you know, for the technology side, we have some engineering firms, but those are going to be less, and you might have to commute over to over to Fort Collins or over somewhere more towards Denver for that kind of a job. But that's what happens, is that, you know, a lot of people live here and they drive down to Denver. So that's one of the big things that I would like to share with you guys, is on that side. So this has been my first video. I'm going to start making one every Tuesday and putting them out in the morning time. And it's just going to kind of progress from here, just talking about Loveland, Colorado, more about the population, more about the real estate side. And I'm hoping to really get you guys any information that you guys want that, you know, would be helpful to you. So if you guys ever want to leave a comment, leave a like, you know, if you could share these videos, that'd be greatly appreciated. And I can't wait to be able to share with you guys some more information.